and I'll make that, so kind of short and everything, how I met him. And then, have I heard about Window Genie? And it's either, just heard a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Other companies, Lowe's is the only other company. There are some other companies, but not, you know,
Yeah.
the free gift that Peter is
Hmm.
offering.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last, were there more? There was another
There was
question.
actually the third question. It was how did, and I'll just ask them
Okay.
so that you don't have to try to remember. That'll kind of mess with you. I don't want you to feel.
Yeah.
So how
Right.
did you meet Peter? Had you heard of Window Genie? How did you feel about Peter and his team approaching you, reaching out, giving back to a local veteran? And then, do other local small businesses do anything similar? And then just the last one. So how, what does Window Genie mean to you as a small business? Just the lengths that you've gone, you've chosen to help, um,
Mhm.
you know, get them plugged in. You introduce them to Richards, you introduce them to other veterans as well. So pretty much just from going from not being a customer or even having heard of Window Genie to being so helpful and being Peter's friend now. Just what
Yes.
does Window Genie mean to you? So that I just put that very long. I'll try not to say it like that
Okay.
when we
Yeah.
record, but yeah. So we'll start with how did you meet Peter Kogan?
I met Peter Kogan through a psychologist that works at the VA. I, at the time, was in a work study program, and the psychologist had asked me, he says, you're a veteran. He says, would you, he says, I met someone at my child's daycare, and he wants to do something for veterans. And I thought of you, and perhaps, you can clean your windows. I was a little reluctant at first, so.
Hmm.
But I said, sure, I'll meet Peter. Yeah.
Yeah. And so had you ever heard of Window Genie before?
I heard of another company in my area that also has a window cleaning service. At first, I thought that was the company, but then when I met Peter, I realized that it was another company. I had seen Window Genie trucks
Hmm.
around, but I really never connected it with Peter.
Right.
So.
Okay. So then how did you feel about a business who you were not a customer for and you hadn't really heard of, reaching out to somebody like you who is a stranger, just for being a veteran, for them wanting to reach out and say thank you? How did you feel about that?
Well, it's a far cry from the way I was treated. I'm a Vietnam veteran,
Right.
and coming back from Vietnam, we were not welcomed in the community. We were ill-treated, and fortunately, I think that our era of veterans is putting in place the treatment that the veterans today are getting.
Right.
But when Peter, offered this gift and everything, I was, uh, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if I was a little skeptical at first,
Yeah.
until I met Peter. So yeah.
Hmm. Awesome. So are any other local businesses doing anything similar to this? I know that you work at the VA. Have you experienced anything like a Window Genie in the Charlotte area giving back to veterans in such a way?
There are lots of little companies that are offering maybe 10% to veterans and everything, and it's
Okay.
the usual loss leader and everything. And there are companies. I appreciate the 10% and the other thing.
Yeah.
For instance, a large company is Lowe's, and they offer 10% to veterans, and
Yeah.
sometimes that could be a substantial savings. But when someone is offering, absolutely free, nothing, not to get, I mean, this is something I want to do for you.
Yeah.
This is amazing. It
Hmm.
really is, and I was apologizing before I accepted his offer. I said, I have a big house and I have lots of windows. I don't know Peter, and he says, no,
Yeah.
that's okay. You're a veteran. You served, and I want to do something for
Yeah.
you. So
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
So now what does Window Genie mean to you? Because I know that since Peter and his team came out, you've been very helpful in helping him get connected to the local veteran community. You introduced him to other veterans who he's since given back to, and the local business that he cleaned for free. So, what is Window Genie to you, and, why have you chosen to help him so much?
Well, you know what? Anytime someone goes to the lengths that Peter goes to help veterans, and veterans are very special to me, and I think they're right now they're in the limelight. They're very special to a lot of people,
Yeah.
but a lot of people I think do something for veterans because it's maybe good business.